That is not good. Okay, that's better. Hey guys, Elvin Prince here, back with Apothecary Diaries Season 1, Episode 16, entitled Lead. Um, I did not mean to press start. That is gonna be bothersome. Where was I? Yeah, lead. Last time, we're finding out a little about a new mystery that's being had, and yeah, we'll see how this one will shake out. But I've been enjoying this series so much. Thank you to the new batch of subscribers that I've gotten. I really appreciate you guys giving me a chance, and I hope to not ruin your expectations. So, I'm about a minute into this. You all know the drill. Stuff down below. Do with it as you see fit, and without any further ado, let's get started. 5 double sync point at 10. Triple up 15. God, I love this series. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's a fun series. I wouldn't put it on the same level of like Vinland's Saga, but I it is probably one of the favorites I've watched in a while. Uh, Led. Okay, for some background, I've read Apothecary Diaries to the Snake Pit uh, chapter. So if you know the manga, you know about where that is. It's all a faint memory for me. So I know the basic plot points and, what might happen depending on how the adaptation is. So, okay. I'm saying that because I'm looking up something, specifically the melting point of lead, the title of the episode, which is 621 degrees Fahrenheit. And that so you can easily get that temperature in your home. I mean, hell, people used to handcraft their own bullets with lead by pouring it into a bullet mold. It's a work of fiction. What's troubling, Frog Haver? Yeah, what's got your goat in a twist? That's why is that degree of connection what's troublesome? You know? I think it might have something to do with lead. God, the little background details. She likes solving mysteries. Yeah, you like mysteries. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, oh, okay. Ah, well, have a tea party. That's my take. Uh, Wills, Wills might tend to do that. I, there's a reason they're being reached towards you. Now you all must work together to solve the issue. That's normally how these wills shake out. Oh, I see. I see. He went full Ottoman when it came to his inheritance. Mm-hmm. Fascinating indeed. Uh-huh. I can't imagine why. Oh, lovely. Alright, off you go. Meander about. Hello. Who? Bossin. Great. I. That's. That's not gonna happen. But, yeah, we all know that's a fucking lie. God, that. The detailing in the background, it's so fucking cool. And because that's just a stable set piece, you can just, like, paint the base as opposed to having to, like, detail it each time. God, that. So cool. What are we looking at there? What what's so special about it? I I'm not a geologist. I don't recognize the crystalline formation. Uh-huh. Wonderful. Yes, the fishbowl person. Mm-hmm. So what's our end point? Mm-hmm. Sure, an accent. What what's the metal? Oh, God. So, uh-huh. Yeah, furniture bird bolted to the floor. Yeah, that you're not gonna do some rearranging. And there's a marking on the. Uh-huh. Yep. What's the what's the shape of the fishbowl? What's the shape of the fishbowl? Because that might help massively. That uh-huh. Yeah, that's not a horrible gift, I suppose. It's just, not on the same level as real estate or no. No. Ah, I couldn't you just like pick it? Yep, and moved about. Uh, Parents are difficult to get sometimes. Well, being given two immovable objects might be a bit difficult. Hence the group puzzle. Yep. Well, good parents anyway. Do you know anything about this, ma'am? Hmm. Might be the dad's seat. Uh, from from the previous angle, it looked like it. Yeah, it's hitting the chest. Yep. So if you concentrate it on the alternately colored metal, congratulations. It's a magnifying glass. What do you see in there? Would it be like mercury? Oh boy. So his son, maybe? Okay. Huh. Just the one. There's probably a separate key in there. Uh, get. Can't you just like find a locksmith? It's supposed to be a cooperative effort. Oh, that was a fun camera angle. Give me the fishbowl. Why are we looking at whatever those plants are? And it's got the square bottom. Yep. A square bottom. And now it reflects reflects into the lock, melting whatever metal, maybe getting up to 625 degrees. Okay. But was it 625 or 621.5? Need to, yeah, 621.5. There we go. And it concentrates on the lock. Yep. Brilliant. Yeah. What's the melting point of mercury? I know, like, it is room temperature. Or not room temperature, but, like, in your hand. And mercury was fairly. Okay. It sure as shit. Sure as shit isn't mercury, because it's. The melting point is negative 37 Fahrenheit. Sounds like lead poisoning, maybe? But what's what's solder made of? Uh, compound for soldering. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that'll unlock the top. Yeah, What's the soldering component? I I don't recognize the. Okay, lead. What's melting point of tin? Okay, 449. So 449, 621. Eh, rough metallurgy. Okay. Lead tin. Is it that the third one? Graphite? No. Yeah, no, that's like trying to think what. So that's what two tin for every one lead and one, I don't know, whatever the third metal is. Yep. Yeah, continue on the family legacy. What is the third metal? Oh, this is some family drama. What's that instrument in the background? Sounds like a fiddle of some kind. Yeah, you can be the front man of the group. But you hear it in the background like that fiddle. I don't I don't know Chinese instruments. Yep. Oh, stop running off. Okay. Oh, doing some marketing. Yeah, that fiddle that's playing right now. I don't like, obviously it's commonly used in Chinese sounding music, but hello, you old fox. Uh-huh. Yeah? What are they? Was one of them being a frontman? Yep. Yeah. Brilliant. Wonderful. Again, what the fuck is the third compound to that metal? Yeah, she tends to do that, don't she? Yes. What's that? Secondary piece. Huh. Is that a crack or the line of the drink on the other side? He's certainly a cunning old fox. You need to be more specific, amigo. Yes. Yep. How do you? I don't fucking know. Give give him lead poisoning or something. Yeah, I think they'll scold you anyway. You with your habit of sleeping on park benches or whatever shit. Uh huh. Alright, you old fox, stop bothering the frog haver. Okay, so the other kid, is he your son? Or what's the relation? Uh, a little. Why? Yeah, expand on that. 2105. Sir, you cannot just drop something like that and not give explanation unless you're intentionally doing a ending cliffhanger for the episode. God damn it, Froghaver. What do I even pay you for? Yeah, I. God damn it. I am. I am trying to figure out what that third. What is the third compound? Because obviously, lead, tin. So, melting point for lead, as I said, is 621.5. Tin is like 425. All 449. So, all very low, hence why they were commonly used in metallurgy, in the classical era and all of that. Lead also is, it tastes sweet, which is why the Romans put it in their wine. They knew that it was poisonous, just, hedonistic people. Okay, solder. I'm gonna look this up, see if I can. Okay, so what are we looking at? Uh, Tin lead solder, often called soft solder, commercially available. Tin concentrate, 5% and 70 by weight. Greater the tin concentrate, the greater the solder's tensile and shear strengths. Lead mitigates the formation of tin whiskers. That's not what I'm looking at. So the precise mechanism for this is unknown. That is a wonderful little thing to be dealing with. Alloys common used for electrical solder are 6040 uh, tin lead, which melts at 370. And okay, looks like the lowest point that you can get for the tin lead alloy is 361, which I suppose you might be able to get if focused sunlight, considering like what you can burn. If you're a psychopath, you can burn ants and start fires. Yeah, because what? You can technically start a paper fire with a magnifying glass. I don't have one on me, and I believe the combustion point of that is 451, hence the book title. What actually is the ignition point. Point of paper. Okay. Ignition point of paper, typically around 450 to 480. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, that's the auto ignition point. So. Okay. That. Yeah, you could definitely reach temperatures of like mid 300s with a magnifying glass, though and the water that would reflect it, with the design concentrating it into a point. I'm not sure if it would, the time frame might be a little condensed. I'm not sure if, like the 30 seconds that were shown on screen would be enough to get to that temperature point, especially in. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to leave it up to science on that one, because I don't think we will get a concrete answer. Though, yeah, that is actually really cool, though, being able to look and see all of like the actual stuff. Do wonder do wonder where they would get the lead and tin, because what tin normally is found around like shores or something. Well, if Valheim has taught me anything, it's found by shores. Though lead, I mean, obviously there's going to be lead mines all over, just because, getting it for other stuff. But and also metallurgist, he's probably going to have access to rarer metals and all that. Huh. Well, there you go. This is what I offer to people who subscribe: incoherent ramblings about soldering compounds and their fucking ratios. That's the word I was thinking of. The ratios and how it affects melting points. I had a blast watching this. It's fun to be able to know an ending, kind of. Like I was aware of, the bowl melting the metal, but I had forgotten a lot of the in between stuff. So it's nice to be able to go back and revisit. But yeah, we are gonna call it here. I am gonna record another episode just so I can get ahead and go for other segments. I'm probably gonna try and record a few videos proper today. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. I hope you have had a wonderful time. Stuff down below, do with it as you see fit, and until next time, see ya.